Welcome back, guys, to Man a Lot. You know, Florida just became the first state to end all vaccine mandate. So in schools, it won't be required now. In workplace, it won't be required anywhere in the state. So it became the first state of the United States to remove vaccine mandate. And CNN panel went like full meltdown over this. Let's watch this.
Seriously, how do you, with a straight face, can anyone justify, even if you don't like the COVID vaccine, saying that because you don't like the COVID vaccine, you should open up the Pandora's box
to everything
of diseases that we have put on the back burner of public life. So why would one thing even remotely justify the other?
Remember the line. Please remember this line. It's very important. Remember this line. That the fact she's trying to say this one thing shouldn't, you shouldn't forget all the other things because of this one thing.
When you have the CDC that does not have the trust of the American people, and clearly in Florida, they do not trust the CDC with their children.
This has nothing to do with the CDC.
Yes.
This has to do with Florida public health
You can lecture the American people all you want to, but I'm trying to explain to you why parents are saying, I don't trust.
I know that you are trying to justify it,
but
I'm
justifying. It is explaining
this is actually
why
not about.
people, by the way, if you don't like this Florida, you can move.
This is not about the parents at this point.
Sure it
is.
It's absolutely about the parents having the right to choose their kids over a state.
This is about the policymakers,
you must vaccinate your children.
Ben, this is about the policymakers. This is about the governor. It's about the Surgeon General.
So why is it so popular?
Why
is it so
are
popular
they willing to sacrifice the health of millions of children because they don't like the COVID-19 vaccine?
You guys won't even admit that we got it wrong with COVID at this table.
Are you sure that
we have
parents still
not
don't get
gotten
their
it
children
wrong?
vaccinated?
Yeah, you're
even without
we
it.
have not gotten it
Hold on a
wrong.
second.
I think you're raising an interesting question about the numbers. You said millions of children. Are you so sure that parents won't get their children vaccinated without a mandate?
I think that,
the mandate.
I think
we already have.
they can still get them vaccinated.
We already have data
addressed that.
Not enough. We already have data.
But if you want to blame somebody for this, blame the CDC for losing the trust of the American people.
Okay, you're wrong again. Okay?
No, I'm not. We're having this conversation because the American people don't trust the CDC.
Let's talk about political actors who started to spew intentionally misinformation
the CDC misled and lied to the American people during
which has led
shutdown
to
of the world.
confusion, has led to chaos, and has led to an unnecessary loss of life.
No, it actually didn't. The thing that actually led to chaos was the fact that people had to put these fluids into their body without, even their permission. Like, they had to get it in COVID. The fact that actually gets, I have to talk about this. I'm sorry, guys. I have to stop here and say something. The fact that they're downplaying it, the fact that they're downplaying what happened in COVID, the fact that they're like, how about this? I'm going to give like a simplest analogies to understand this. For example, a guy and a gal marry each other, okay? They stayed married for like 10 years. Now the guy have like kids with that woman. And that woman now cheats with somebody else on this guy. And now the woman comes to the guy, and the guy's like, dude, you cheated on me. I mean, we gotta have to divorce each other. You can't do this to me. And the woman's like, you remember the time when we had these cool moments when it was our first date, and you cannot, you cannot not trust me. You cannot lose your trust on me just because I cheated on you one time. You cannot do that. I did so many good things for you. Just like that is the situation of CDC. The people trusted it. And for some time, it actually did work and actually stopped a lot of diseases. But then it got greedy. And now you see what happened in COVID. People really downplay COVID. Like they forget. It was like one of the darkest times. Like, imagine not being able... There were people who were not being able to see their moms dying in the hospital. Why? Well, they didn't have COVID, vaccine. They didn't take COVID vaccine. They were... Children's life got destroyed. Children who were like, studying in school, they didn't got any like social connection. They were all studying online. But like so many people wasn't able to go to jobs, wasn't able to enter restaurants. Why? Because they didn't got the vaccines. And there were people on Twitter complaining that, you need to like put people in jail. Put people in jail just because they didn't got like vaccine or didn't had mask on. So it got really serious. And then the Twitter files came out. And you saw that there were doctors who were getting banned and shadow banned because they were critical of the vaccine. So it got really, really dark at that point. People weren't allowed to talk anything critical of vaccine. And they want to downplay that and be like, well, that's just one time. No. People will always remember those times. So that's why they lost complete trust on CDC, because they don't trust them to do those things. They don't want those things to happen in their country anymore. That's why they're like, we don't trust CDC. So people don't believe this misinformation, disinformation bullshit anymore.
And
Do you know why we were able to save the lives that we did? Because public health divisions, CDC, see, that's what's dangerous. Be angry with the science. Yes,
we wouldn't be having the conversation.
No,
about
but
that.
what I'm saying is that if we just kind of think through this, I mean, I think we all pretty much agree that
this conversation would never be happening.
But I'm saying, okay,
for the lies of
but
COVID-19.
there's a way to talk people through the differences of what.
Right, they made the worst kind of they did the wrong things, and now they're like, well, we could just forget about it. Like, the vaccines are not all bad, just the one time it was bad.
Happened during the COVID pandemic.
Sure.
And the global,
and that's where doctors come in.
And the global impact. Well, we got
I'll be honest, the arrogance of doctors is not going to get parents to come to your side.
It's not about the arrogance
of
doctors.
You
are
skeptical of the
yelling
CDC.
about
the conversation here, but
blatant lies.
And you do sound a little bit like a broken record on this one, because
it's that simple. It's the same thing over and over again. You lose the trust of people on any issue, they will not listen to you.
You're diagnosing the problem, but you're not offering a solution. The solution,
at least, is diagnosing the right kind of problem. He's not like lying and spreading propaganda. He's telling the truth.
Don't lie to parents.
The solution to this is not take away the vaccine mandates. The solution is to reassure parents about the safety and efficacy of vaccines, which are really not in question.
Right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You lied to them for 4 years. You lied to them. You lied to the parents and to the public. They don't trust you. Just because you say, well, I'm sorry we lied to you for the last 4 years, and I want you to trust us because now we won't be greedy. We won't be working for the pharmaceutical companies. So can you please trust us now? No, they won't trust you. The way you build trust is to give them choice. Give them choice now. That's what Florida has done. They have given the parents choice. You get the vaccine if you feel it's right. You study on your own. You find the data. You're like, well, this seems right. It works out. These tests have been done, and it seems like it's working. Let's get it. And if it doesn't work, you don't. Like, you at least have a choice now. But no, they're so much against freedom.
But rather than doing that, policymakers are not doing that. And I think that is, nobody is disputing that.
Then here's
They're
what I would
not
say.
doing that
And
when we know the facts around it.
I can agree with you. And here's what I would say. If doctors are this upset about it, then actually speak
we are.
without
A lot of people
condemning parents, implying that
And
they're
it's
going to
not
kill their
condemn-
child,
it's not condemning
or that they're
parents.
ignorant.
Did the Surgeon General,
Did
the Surgeon General cast aspersions on the safety of the vaccines today?
He
Yes, he has.
But I mean,
He has-
today,
he has
because what I read was
He
that
said
Florida
parents-
said the mandate will go away, but the
Hold on.
vaccines are fully available.
Just to be clear, he has repeatedly cast doubt on the safety of vaccines, not just today, but for a long time.
But they didn't outlaw any vaccines, right?
He doesn't have the power to outlaw anything, but he said that the intention is
And we
to
already
remove
know.
all
You
the
already
mandates.
just have to have a seat of
We got to
conviction.
leave it there. Dr.
This is scary. The CNN panel, I just never think they actually make sense on anything. I think Scott Jennings is right when he says these liberals always choose the 20% of the 80-20 issue. Most of the people actually agree that, it's so simple. I've given you the example of the guy marrying a gal. If you lose the trust, you lose the trust. It's so hard to gain it back. You can't just say, well, I'm sorry, I took the money from pharmaceutical companies. And the things that happen in COVID is not something to be taken as lightly, and people are never going to forget that. There are, like, Joe Rogan talks about it. Everybody talks about it now, and that's good. People should talk about it. It wasn't the right thing to do. Things that happened in COVID, and the inflation went up. The government. You know why? Let me also give you a reason. The pharmaceutical companies. Imagine if you're the owner of a pharmaceutical company which is really, really expensive, and now you're like, well, if we try to keep the narrative as COVID is really, really, this crazy thing, and make it seem like it's really, really bad, and our vaccine is the solution. What happens is that government bought the vaccine. So you are, as a company, you are getting government contracts. You're not going to get contracts for like 100 or 200. You're going to get contracts for like hundreds of millions of dollars. So you want the narrative to stay that That's why you would pay these companies money, like Twitter and all these companies, to, you know, just shut the fuck up and ban the people who are talking, you know, these small influencer, ban these people just because they are, you know, critical of our vaccine, because then the narrative would be disrupted. So let's keep the narrative as it is, so that people are scared of it. And when people are scared of it, we will sell the government these vaccine, and then government will give these vaccine to people. Not only it's going to benefit us right now, it's also going to benefit us in future when they do get those heart attacks and all those things. If they knew about those things, I don't know if they did or not, but if they knew about those things, and then those side effects, and then after 5 years, they knew that they were going to get, like, these people are going to come to the hospitals, and then they're going to get heart attacks and all, then they're going to take our medicines. So it's like all benefit for us. So they did all those things, and then it kind of didn't work out, but it kind of did, because like for the 4 years, like under Biden, it didn't like work out good, unless and until like Trump started like speaking about things, and then you know, people started pushing back, and now we actually can talk about these things without getting banned. That's it for today. If you like the video, so more people can, you know, find this video if you don't like it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care everyone, and bye bye.